So there's two specific veins that I want to dive deeper on, and the first of which is, what are you specifically doing to help and attract and retain some of the top industry talent, right? I don't know if you can go into some of those specifics. And then secondarily, I love to hear that you're investing in that next generation. Could you touch on how you're developing that next set of leaders in your organization?
Right. So I'm going to start with the younger group, right?
Yeah.
And it actually brings in the older group, because what we're doing is we're discussing with the older group to build real programs like a lot of the older companies have done. We need to build real programs on how to train the younger people so that they start here, they move here, they do this, they do that, right? They're going to move up and they see the progress. And older people, which are not old, but the great brains in our business, they see how important that is, right? Because somebody did that for them. So we're letting them create those processes. The younger people are getting to see those processes, and they're working hard to move up. And I'm letting the senior people do what they're good at, like build the business. Like, I am really good at finding good people and bringing people together. And I understand the process of construction, but I don't do Excel like my vice president. He could literally, I mean, if you saw the stuff he writes in Excel, and anybody who understands computer stuff, it blows me away what he does. Like, and I never, number one, I can't, but number two, you got to let people, Steve Jobs said this, hire great people and let them do their job, right? Yeah. Like, that's what's important, And we've also found that, and it kind of was an accident, which is kind of a funny story because it really was an accident that happened to one of these young guys that worked for us. He hurt his foot. And so he was in the office because we wanted to keep our workers' comp to a minimum. So we put him in the office doing training. And finally we said, hey, what do you think about going into estimating and learning how to do takeoffs and all this? I mean, he is probably one of the best motivating people, best creating processes. And, he's been with us, I don't know, 4 years now, doing from the time he got hurt as a laborer. Probably and I put him in the build program through the BIA, which is another great program that gets people involved. It's like asking, it's amazing what's happened to us by just letting people do what they're good at. Right. And our senior management, they're better at some of the construction things than I am. Right. They're better at building these processes than I am. But together, with me out front doing the community stuff, doing the business stuff, I can pretty much, I don't want to sound cocky, but I can close deals with clients because they like to know, is the owner actually bought into, is he going to be there if there's a problem? I'm going to freaking be there if there's a problem with the job. And I'm going to make sure even if I have to write a check and lose some money, that's what I'm going to do for that client, because they're going to trust me to build their project for them. And there's bigger companies with more money. There's no better companies. I can't say that. I'm sorry. I have some of the best guys in the industry. So, but I mean, there's great companies out there that could do just as good a job, but there's nobody who can do better than us, and we stay in our lane, right? We stay in what we're comfortable in. I mean, there's bigger companies, they can provide other things that we can't provide, but we stay where we are, we push it, and we tell clients the truth. If we're booked, listen, we're booked. We would love to come do your project, but we just don't have the resources to do it. We're not that big, giant company. We're not going to lie to you. We're going to grow, and we're going to keep growing year after year, but we're not going to lie to you and tell you we can do things we can't do. And that messes up schedules, because when it comes to construction, everything is about, it really comes down to money, but it's also about the schedule, and the schedule equals money. And so if we push 2 or 3 months on the work we do, that home builder has to pay a lot of extra money and interest and money that he's borrowing. If it's, and even if it's his own money, he's losing money on time value of money. And so we really try and be honest with our clients, and we've done some business development stuff with some great clients. And I literally have said, listen, I'll be the most honest person you'll ever meet. Like, I will tell you if we can do it or not. I would love to be your only contractor. But if you want 1,000 lots built next year, I'm not the right guy for that. You want 400? Yes. Right now, the size we are, I'll come build those for you. But I know where our spot is. And it's going to take away from work from other people, but then I'll be honest with them too. So, and we're going to keep growing and we're going to keep trying to do better. Right. But we don't need to be the Bechtels and the giant, like, we're not looking to be a worldwide construction company right now. We want to be the contractor of choice for this area. And we want to give opportunities to the people that work for us. And that's the key is if you kind of quit growing, you've also stopped giving opportunities for some of the younger people. So it's pretty important for us to understand, like, we have a new building right now and, it's a little bit bigger, maybe a lot bigger than we need, but it was built for the future, not for today. So it's squeezing us a little bit right now, but I'm going to tell you, our consultant just told us there's no reason we shouldn't be double the size in 3 years. Well, 3 years is nothing. We'll blink and 3 years will be past. We all know that. But it's pretty cool to be able to stand in front of this young group of, I call them kids because I'm getting a little older, but this young group of adults, and be able to tell them, hey, don't worry. I've got, like, my heart wants to give you opportunities. My heart wants to grow. But it wants to grow the smart way too. Like, I don't want to be the biggest guy in town. I want to make more money per dollar we do, but I want to provide more opportunities for you people. So if we can do that, I think we can do both for both of us, right? For the company and for you. Mm-hmm. And I think it's the right thing to do. And we give back more to the community. Just like I know you guys do, right? Like, there's just, it's just about being part of a great community. That's honestly where these podcasts, I really believe, come from. Nobody ever thought they were going to get rich doing a podcast. Right. They like to give back to the community, give back to talking and helping. I mean, you guys right now are helping younger people learn things from people. Not trying to sound like me, but like all the other people. Most of the other people you're probably talking to, they're learning from. Hopefully, they're learning something from me too. But whatever. I got a cardboard cutout in the background. But I appreciate everything. It's really good to be part of this community. And I met Justin kind of on a whim. Like, I got invited to a community event that he was part of, and we just hit it off from there. And I just saw somebody who actually liked the community more than he cared about himself. You see what I'm saying? I didn't mean that to sound wrong, but like, he wanted to give back to the community. And I've seen that through his whole career. And I just got lucky enough to meet you too. So it's been pretty awesome.